Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, love you guys so much.
Love you.
Oh,
Aw.
You.
Love you so much.
thank you so much for being here. This is so beautiful. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. It's so good. So, self-worthiness today.
Yay.
Yay.
So, I wanted to ask you, what do you think is self-worthiness? Anyone?
Loving myself, and I feel like not, and
When you
finishing with
remember-
judgment.
Mm-hmm. Was that Mary?
I said, when you remember the love that you are,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mary?
feel my worthiness.
Feeling worthy to have what you really want to have.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who's left? Amy?
I feel worthy to give yourself the love that you are.
Mm-hmm. Nisha.
Feeling okay with accepting who I am and being me, like, and not trying to hide myself.
Great answers. Really great answers. So, what everyone is expressing is it's about love. It's about love, right? So that's really everything that we're ever striving for in our life to be worthy of is love. Everything. Everything is really, the bottom line is the love. And so what makes us unworthy is feeling unworthy of love.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's amazing, isn't it? Because what you all said was about love, and that you are love and remembering that you're love. And that's the thing. Like, if we know we're love and we're complete love and we're completely infinite love, what happens when we forget? How do we experience unworthiness? And we want to talk about unworthiness to understand worthiness. That's how, when we have that polarity in those aspects of each, then we can really understand what it really means. If we're just talking about just worthiness, it's beautiful and it's perfect. But if we don't address the unworthiness and what it really means to us, then we will just be pretending to be worthy. And that's okay too, of course. Everything is okay. Everything is perfect. But we really want to understand what happens when we're unworthy. What do we experience? And we experience the part of ourselves that we've chosen to forget who we are. Because if we really know who we are, we won't feel unworthy at all. But we don't want to mask anything. We don't want to pretend that we're worthy. We don't want to force ourselves to be worthy, because then it won't be real. It'll still be covering up the part of you that's really actually underlining on a deeper level unworthy. And I know that you've all done a lot of work and a lot of awakening. It's really amazing. And you still don't experience absolutely everything that you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And you want to. And you've been really working at that to experience everything that you want. But the reason you're not is because there is unworthiness lying there. It's just lying there, it's there, it's in you, and it's the program. And the program really in the mass mind, in the fallen aspect, is be unworthy. That's much better, Don't be worthy, because then everyone's threatened. You feel frightened of being worthy because it threatens people and it threatens you, and it makes you feel like, what if you fail? So the program is there, right there all the time, saying, stay unworthy. And I know when I experience talking to myself about understanding that fallen aspect and tell myself about my worthiness, I can feel that deep part of me that's saying no. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You recognize
Definitely.
that in yourself?
Yes.
Yep.
Just that deep part there. And that's really good. I mean, that's really awesome to recognize that. Recognize the part of yourself that is saying no, is what you can just look straight at and say, why is it saying no? Why aren't I giving myself everything that I want? And then in saying that, you actually are giving yourself everything that you want.
Yeah.
Mm.
You are choosing those limitations, that separation, that feeling of being unworthy of beautiful relationships. That's what we've all been going through, you know. So it's right there. And we can say affirmations and we can talk to ourselves over and over and over about I'm worthy and I'm this and I'm that, you know, and that's beautiful too. And that helps. But if we don't look deeper into ourselves and really be honest in a really higher way, not in a way of I'm just telling you my truth, then basically it's a whole thing about coming from still limitation. The real truth is not limitation and is not defensive. It doesn't have to prove its truth is the right truth. Because there really is only one truth ultimately, and that's that we are love and we are very powerful, but we are completely powerful beings. We're just full of love, and that love is our power to create our reality. And so, because when we're looking at self-worthiness, we're looking at that aspect of creating our reality, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's why I want to do this in this episode, and it will be mentioned many times in all of these guidance sessions because it's very important to see the lack. Where is the lack? And you know, I've talked about this with you guys before. There's people that have everything materialistic, everything, you know, everything that they always dream that have ever dreamed of. There's a lot of people that have that, but they still don't feel worthy. They still don't feel fulfilled. And there's that real deep part of us that's forgetting that real being of love that we are. And when you look at defensive behavior, when we're defending ourselves, when we're feeling defensive, when we feel threatened, there's unworthiness in that, you know? So much unworthiness in that. Because feeling unworthy makes you feel defensive, right? Because you've got walls up.
Yeah.
You're putting those walls up.
Yeah.
And you're feeling that feeling of defending yourself, making sure, and righteousness, all those sort of feelings, making sure that you're okay because you don't feel okay. If you're self-worthy, you would feel okay. You would feel more than okay. You would feel really wow. And you have all felt that wow. You have all felt that love in that beautiful place of knowing yourself. So that's what we really want to look at, is that part of ourself that's defending. Can you see it in yourselves?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
You're aware of yourself that's defensive.
Mm.
And the defensive has so many aspects to it. It's not just being angry at someone, you know, it's not just that. It's just in your walking days, you're just feeling that defensiveness, right? That fear. Unworthiness creates a lot of fear. Yeah. So when you are looking at wanting to create a reality with self-worthiness, then you're looking at the part of you that's really frightened of even having it. Because what if you really had it and it wasn't great? What if you really had it and it left? It ended. There's just so much around that. And basically all those fears will feed that anyway. You know, we've all had those experiences where we did manifest things and it was still the sabotage was going on, you know, in you to keep it limited. But the beautiful part to really understand, of course, that is our journey of being here in a forgotten consciousness. That's what we want. We want to know what that feels like. And when you allow yourself to acknowledge that, I wanted to know what it feels like to be rejected. I want to know what it feels like to feel lonely, even when there's people around me. I wanted to know what it feels like to be really defensive and stick up for myself. know? Just win, winning is self-worth, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, winning is an illusion. Why do we have to win when we're already everything, when we're already love? Why do we even need anything when we remember the love that we are? Why do we need anything, and why do we need anyone? When we are one, we're one being. And that's self-worth, is knowing that you are one, that we are one, that the separation consciousness, that's where the foundation of unworthiness is. So when we really connect with that real oneness consciousness, and that's oneness consciousness, is really knowing this beautiful journey of seeing ourselves separate is not real. It's an illusion. So if that's an illusion, then what is real? Dimensional beings. That's what we are. We're not just this. This, what we see here in the separation. But isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it beautiful? Like, I get to sit here and look at you guys, It's just,
Yeah.
it's so beautiful. And the more that you do realize that self-worthiness is that oneness, the more you will see it, and the more you'll feel it, and the more you will enjoy it. More that you'll enjoy yourself, but you feel that oneness. As long as we're feeling this victim to being separate, we will feel unworthy, right? Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would anyone like to share anything at this moment about what I've been talking about?
Yeah. It's like, it feels like you are saying, you are describing my life. Like, oh, it's like one after the other. Fear,
Yeah.
defensiveness, righteousness, self-sabotage. Yes, that's exactly how it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is so good to see that, because this defensiveness, what you said, that you're just walking in it, and it's like constantly trying to walk through the world to prove that I'm allowed to be here.
Yeah.
Just accept. It's like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. That's the defensiveness. I will not let anyone bully me, And of course we don't want to be bullied, and we don't want to be abused in any way. But while we're still believing those things, we're basically abusing ourselves. And if you're abusing
Yeah.
if you are abusing yourself in those ways, you're automatically going to have it reflected, because that's the oneness. Oh, you're bullying yourself. Okay, I'll do it too, or I'll try and save you. Rescue. Who's been a rescuer? Yeah,
Yeah.
all of us. And
Yeah.
it's beautiful. It's because we love each other. We want to help people and give to them, especially when we're waking up. We start feeling so much more love and care. And then within those days, then there's those days where you're like, where did that go? You suddenly feel so, I want that. How do I get back to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when we are awakening, we are going through so many layers. So many layers. We can understand this, but ultimately, understanding it and living it is different. But thank you for what you shared, Nisha. That was so great. It's so true, isn't it?
It
And
is.
a big part of the defensiveness and in the unworthiness is saying, "Oh no, I do love myself. No, I'm fine. I'm fine."
Yeah.
Who does that? Do you do that?
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if you're not saying it, you're emanating it. And it's really good to link those things up. Self-worth, if it's not there, unworthiness, defensiveness, fear, sabotage, separation. You're not really allowing that oneness perception. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you were meant to be experiencing in this journey of forgetting. But we're now remembering, right? We want
Yeah.
to remember because enough pain. Remember that?
Yes.
Enough
Yeah.
pain. Pain levels. And when you're feeling unworthy, you are just in so much pain, right? So much pain. Because you just feel wrong for absolutely everything. I love Emmy's laughing. What are you feeling, Emmy?
Yeah, I feel like everything you are describing is what I've been going through
That's great.
actually all my life, but the last few months it was very feelable, or like, yeah.
Say that again.
Feelable. I don't know if that's the right word, but
What was the word?
feelable.
Feelable?
Yeah.
What is it?
Like you are describing all these
Feelable.
layers and of unworthiness, and it really feels like, okay, yeah, this has been how I've been feeling and acting all my life, but especially the last few months, it was very extreme or something, like very painful.
It is, and that's even though that feels terrible, that's a good thing when we see it from that higher perspective. If we're not feeling enough pain from our choices of forgetting who we are, we won't choose to wake up. If we're masking ourselves all the time with spiritual perfectness and spiritual rules and all that, and we're masking all that pain to pacify ourselves, we're just keeping ourselves in separation. We're not remembering the oneness. And that's okay. I mean, even, spiritual identities can have that. No, I know about oneness. And why are you saying that like that? Why are you defending yourself like that then? Because if you really felt that, you would just go, oh yeah. You wouldn't need to defend it. You would just go, yeah, isn't it beautiful? You wouldn't need to correct anyone. You wouldn't need to correct yourself. So Emmy, have you been feeling more separate feelings recently?
Yeah. Especially the loneliness was very strong. And yeah, like what you were saying, I could feel the pain very strongly, and I think that's also what I needed, but then also wanting to defending it and not allowing it, or like suppressing it.
Right. Yeah, and that is the way that we cope. We cope by being going unconscious. We cope by not trying to understand ourselves. And cope. Why do we have to cope? We don't have to cope. We
It's
have
a
more.
fear. Comes from fear that we are not able to go into cope with every emotion.
That's right. It's survival. So much survival in it, and of course there is. But if we don't let ourselves acknowledge the part of us that's enjoying the pain as well, that wants the pain and is trying to cope with the pain, which masks it even more. These are all these things that we want to look at. And, this is just a real deep thing there about worthiness. We're doing it to stay unworthy. Because I'm sure, Emmy, when you've been going through this, there's a lot of unworthiness too. There's a lot of, I can't have what I want.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And so why can't we have what we want? We can, but we need to really understand what is it that we want anyway. Maybe what we want is still just part of feeding the pain. Maybe what we want is still a limitation, even though it doesn't feel like it is. Why do we need someone else to pacify us?
Yeah.
And we are all here for each other and we do love each other, but we can't really understand each other with these things. We can't really overcome these things without really remembering the oneness. But even then, if you turn the oneness knowing into another defensive mechanism, then you're in the same place. That's the thing. Your fallen identity, remember I've said this last time, will take every bit of understanding, every bit of higher knowledge, and use it to defend. Because it's I know. You know, it's that sort of thing. Like you think you know because you intellectually know. And in a way that's really good. I said that too. And it's really good to let it know. But the differentiation is really important for you to understand when you're feeding it the fallen consciousness with it. And that's easy to understand because you get righteous and defensive and arrogant, superior. Even though, no, I'm not superior. Why are you defending then? You know, defense is a great way to really understand the self-worth. Like when you keep defending yourself, then you're really only defending the bottom line fact that you just feel unworthy. You just really feel like you can't have what you really want. And you know, there's such a big consciousness within us that says money is everything that we want, and having luxury and all that, and all those things but it's just been shown over and over and over. I've shown it to myself. It's not what makes us feel worthy. It's not what makes us feel safe. It's remembering the beautiful being of love that we are and living in that consciousness. And that's what we want to do. But whenever we want to do that, when our pain is like that is enough, we have to look at that part of ourselves that's been asleep, hey? Yeah. So would anyone like to share some unworthiness that they do feel about anything specifically?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Stella?
So one unworthiness that I feel is that I can't be there with you because I'm not good enough, for example. That's just one of the many, many examples.
Sorry, it's a bit hard to hear what you're saying. It's breaking up a little bit. But I heard that you say you feel unworthy to being there with me and with us.
Sorry, I'm still
That's
coughing.
okay. That's all right.
Yeah, the internet is not very stable. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, one of the feelings of unworthiness I have is like the fact that I am not able to be there with you all.
In person.
Able to, yeah, to see you more or to just live there with you. Something that makes me feel I'm not good enough, you know. Just one of the many, many examples.
Yeah, that's a really deep part of your experience, Estella. And even though you're here in Australia, it's like it's still that separation that you're feeling, you know. But it's just that it's really deep to you, and you feel like you can't have your family, your soul family. And that is huge for all of us. Even though we need to remember we are all soul family, all of us. Everyone in this world is soul family. Everyone in this world is a twin flame. Everyone. And we'll talk about twin flames another time. But if you look at our beautiful beings, our human beings, our light beings are really what it is, isn't it? And you look at that, everyone is a twin flame because everyone came from that one soul to experience the separation there from that. And when you do that, it really helps you. I love that actually. And whenever I do go out and I see people, or when I do feel separate, that's something that I remind myself. And I see myself forgetting that all the time. Like I'm amazed because I do know it in my soul, but those pathways are so strong to feel separation. That's your pathway that you have so strong in you, Estella, and we all do, that separation. And if you can do that, start doing that. Like when I start realizing that I'm doing it, I feel like I'm getting, I can see the separation consciousness. And even though I'm very aware of myself, I can see myself forgetting those moments, that I'm believing them separate to these beautiful souls. And that really helps me. And I just say, everyone is a twin flame, and everyone is part of this one soul. Remind yourself, and then I feel my eyes just shining again. You know, and I feel so much love for anyone that I'm seeing in my vision, any and everything, the whole planet, everything. That's when we really feel that oneness. And so, for you, for example, Estella, feeling that separation, and I know it's really painful for you. Of course, it is. But feeling that is to really look at these things that we're talking about. And there's this real deep part of us, right? This part, and you'll see this, all of you will see this. No, I cannot change this.
Yeah.
Even though you can say to yourself, I'm working at it, I want to change this, and I'll do all this to change it. Keep going. Absolutely keep going, doing all those things. But have a real good look at that underneath. What's those roots that are still there that are saying, no, you can't have it. And that's just really, again, remembering the oneness. That it doesn't matter. You're there, I'm here, anyone's there, I'm here, you're there. Wherever there is, wherever we are, there is no separation. And aligning ourselves with that love, just even talking like, talk to me. I am here, I am listening, talk to my soul. And I love that. Like, the more that I receive that from people, the feeling is just beautiful. And I do feel it. And that's what we don't have to do it verbally. It's beautiful to do it verbally, and it's beautiful to do it in writing, emails and texts, etc. But we need to do it on that soul level, because we have to remember ourselves as that dimensional being, higher being, that dimensional being, that we are all one, and we are so much more than just this dimension, so much more. So we have to remember that dimensional being and connect and communicate that way. Talk to me, talk to my soul, talk to my heart, and allow that. Just go for it. It's really beautiful.
That's so beautiful. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I love it. Mm.
You might not know this, and maybe you do know this, but I talk to you all the time because I love you so much. And I don't just talk to you guys, I talk to everyone. And when something's happening in the world that I want finished, I say so with love. Say thank you for that, but that's finished now. We're waking up now. We're waking up now. I love you, and thank you for giving us all that experience, but talk to it. It frees you so much, and it shifts you. and that fallen consciousness might say, but it's pointless. Of course it's going to say it's pointless. It doesn't want you to remember, but it is not pointless. It is pointful. It's the oneness. It's beautiful. So that will be so great for you, Estella, to do that, and all of us to do that, and to remember that physical separation is not real. I know it looks real, right? It looks very real. And that's what's great. That's great. And embrace that and say, wow, look at what I'm doing. I am experiencing separation. And as soon as you do, you see the oneness. And you open yourself to this other dimensional perspective. And those dimensions will keep opening up and opening up, because we're not just this one. And that's all part of the self-worth, is knowing, wow, I am not just this limited thing that I keep telling myself. And it doesn't mean that you have to push something to manifest, or if it doesn't manifest, then you failed. That's still that perspective that doesn't remember. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. This is how we wake ourselves up. This is how we remember. So that communication on that level is just vital. It's vital. We need to talk to each other on a soul level. And I know sometimes I personally find it very overwhelming when I feel so much connection. I feel like, oh wow, this is just overwhelming, this connection, this oneness I'm feeling. And that can come in different forms. One form can be the love is just wow. And I feel myself resisting that love. And I'm like, wow, what am I doing? I don't want to resist that love. I want to feel that love. But it's like we get to this point where like, well, that's enough. Enough love. Oh my God, I can't take any more, that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let yourself take more. And I say that to myself often, like, hey, there is more. It's very, very frightening to the fallen, the forgotten. It's so terrifying. Love is terrifying to that. Why? Because it'll finish it. And you're meant to feel afraid of it in that way. And so then I say to myself, wow, you're being unlimited. Well done. You did a good job with that. So now, do a good job with this and let more love. And I just want to say to you, love as much as you can. Just love everything. Love your being, love your soul, love where you are. Give love, share love, be generous with your love. And you will feel the walls. You'll feel those walls from people. You've felt that yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just stick on that inner being level, when I just know it's going to overwhelm them way too much. So I just stick with that and just keep on focusing on that inner being level of love. Just like communicating with that person's soul and just telling them it's okay, I love you. And I'm sure you've experienced it too. The change in people is miraculous. And why is it miraculous? Because it's a mirror, miraculous. It's the mirror of ourselves. It's who we are. So that love, just keep awakening that love. Like there's this slide down, isn't there? This doom and gloom aspect of ourselves. Oh wow, it's just so delicious, isn't it? Just getting right into that self-pity, doom and gloom. Oh, I just got to give up and do nothing. Now you've all been there? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course you haven't. If you're saying you haven't, then that's not true. Because part of what we experience, and the thing is to be conscious of yourself and love yourself. Talk to yourself like this too, Covering up my little beta girl. Gently here with that. So the communication, it's just amazing. The more that you experience this, the more you open up to just that love, that unlimited love. We say those words, we say we're unlimited love, but how about we actually live that? How about we actually experience that and express that with each other on that soul level? How about we see us all as one being? And I know this, and I say this often, there's so much going in the word that feels unlovable. And just remember that it's still part of the journey and it's still wrapping up and it will complete, and trust that. But don't stop loving, even when it feels unlovable, especially yourself. Do you go through that where you feel like, I really want to love myself, but I feel like I'm unlovable? Anybody have that experience they could share? The feeling
Yes.
unlovable. Clary, what do you feel?
I just feel like that's such a core part of me. Like it's like I'm just completely unlovable.
Yeah.
And as soon as I feel that that kind of self-hate or reaction.
Clary, just interrupt for a sec. Margie, something's going on with your mic. It keeps making some sound.
Okay.
Is it
Be
you?
still. I think I was moving my foot.
Yeah, that's what it is, because it keeps that. It's okay. It's not a problem, but it was need to say something about it now.
Thanks.
Clary?
Yeah, I was just feeling like it's such a core bottom, like a really core belief. It's like if I'm reacting to something in myself, I just go to that point where I'm just absolutely unlovable.
Mm-hmm.
And why would anyone ever love me? And how could I ever feel worthy of being loved? And how can I ever love myself? And just regret everything.
Stop. You're so unworthy. You can't even get this happening right now. It's still happening, Margie. Whatever you're doing, it's still happening. Maybe just mute yourself for a little minute.
Yeah.
It could just be scraping on your top mug, maybe.
Yeah, something's happening. It's okay. We're just cute. You're all so cute. So, yeah. So, do you feel worthy enough to give this answer now, Clary?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's so funny. I can feel like that. Yes, like the defense. Yes, I'm ready. I'm not worthy, like I'm worthy enough now.
Yeah.
Like yearning
Yeah.
for it. Yes, I just feel that any small reaction, large or small, any kind of skerrick of ego that I see in myself, I instantly go to, well, that's it. I'm just totally unlovable
Yeah, I get it. I
and
understand.
totally not worthy of any kind of happiness whatsoever, And it's like I have to always climb back up from that point of feeling like I shouldn't even be happy. I just shouldn't be existing in any kind of state of happiness. I'm just terrible.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have a really strong, like, perfectionist aspect to yourself?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Mm.
Because when I've been listening to you, I've been recognizing so strongly this
Mm.
this yearning. So like yearning for like everything and feeling completely unworthy of everything at the same time. And it's just like this self-torture state.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, like perfect driving, feeling like I'm just not perfect.
Mm.
Not
Well, that's
perfect.
really great. And thanks for sharing about that, to see that, because I think that in the real deep core of ourselves, we know we are perfect, but our identity has taken that perfection and turned it into reaching the rules of that, reaching the rules that we've put on ourselves from the limited perspective. And so that's what's so clever about ourselves in that way of experiencing our fallen, our forgottens, because we do that. We know that we're perfect and we want that. We want to experience that. So instead of knowing really the real way to do that, we set ourselves, hey, forget that. Just forget that, because you've got to experience being fallen. And so that's what we did. So, but now we've got to remember that. We've got to remember the real perfection. The real perfection is that beautiful being of love that we are. And it really is so simple. And there's so much trust necessary. And there's so much trust that we need to have in our higher consciousness. And there can be those moments where you are just lying there, talking from experience here, just lying there. I say lying there because quite often it happens when I'm just trying to go to sleep, or I'm just trying to have some sort of integration understanding of myself. And there's turmoil. And it's just like, feels like it's just swirling around, and it's just repeating these painful things to me that I know they're not real, but I feel the emotion and I feel the convincingness of it. And that's also part of it, is that emotion. We feed that emotion, those feelings of pain, with that. And so what I do is just keep on telling myself the truth. Even though I might be feeling really frightened or whatever I'm going through, I keep telling myself, and I make myself, I have to remind myself that I am love, and I remind myself to trust. Trust trust this higher plan, trust the beautiful being that I am, knowing that whatever the situation is, it's okay. And a lot of people say, like, be now, be in the present, right? We can't really not be in the present. So you don't have to force yourself into the present, because that's all we are, is present. But we might forget that and get locked into seeing the other presents that we had. We call it the past, or we call it the future, but it's still now. There is nothing but now. And so you cannot change that. Focusing on that doesn't change it. But just like understanding it, understanding now, this now, what is this now that I'm feeling? Why am I wanting to feel this? And quite often, it's a great thing to do about this is let memories come. Let memories flow into your consciousness. Let memories of those other nows come into your consciousness, of things that you feel the same as this one, the same as this pain. And the other thing that will come up for you, am I being punished? Anybody recognize that?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Am I
absolutely.
being punished?
Mm.
That's big, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it will come up. It comes up whether you are being aware of it or not. But if you become aware of this part of you that feels like you're being punished, what are you being punished for? Question that. Ask yourself that. And that's why it's good to look at those other nows. If you can remember something that you really do think you should be punished for, whatever it is, as small or big or in between, have a look at that. Really try to be really soft with yourself and gentle and embracing and loving, and say, well, why do I think I have to be punished? Because while you're thinking that, that's what you're going to experience. And that punishment is a big part of feeling unworthy. If you can look at that punishment consciousness and just understand the illusion in it, that you're not being punished. You're just experiencing your journey of forgetting who you are. Remind yourself that. Remind yourself that, and will yourself. Your willingness is vital. Your willingness. You are the one that has to be willing in these times. You have to be willing. Every time you get in the doubt and the giving up, you're back into forgetting, and that's okay. You're just believing something that isn't real. And remind yourself that. I'm just believing something that isn't real, even though it looks real, feels real. I can see it's real. It's happening. Remind yourself there's another real. The real real. The real real. I love that. The real real of you is that beautiful being of love that you are. That beautiful being of love that you are. You're, being worthy isn't even really real, because you don't even have to be worthy, because even when you're saying you're worthy, you still have the other side of that, which is unworthy. So, but that punishment thing, it's just big. It's really big in all of us, because there was a lot of programming as well as that. And I'm sure most children have had that to some degree. I know there's a lot more revolution in child care, and there's a lot more help with that. Not so much punishment, but more understanding. But even then, those kind of rules and understanding are still somehow equal punishment. And that's really good to look at that and look right back at yourself in your life and say, well, what fed that? How did I feed that to myself in my chosen journey? How did I feel that these things that I'm experiencing that are painful have to happen because that's my punishment? That's what people think karma is, and karma's just not real either. Because you don't deserve to be punished for anything. You just deserve to remember who you are. And I understand why there's all those rules about all that in our world, in our form and consciousness. Of course, I understand that, but that's just how we've tried to cope with the whole experience of being fallen. if we set rules, and like what parents do, they can't take it somehow with their child, so they somehow set some rules, and they've got all their own rules. They've got their own feelings of feeling punished. That's all their parents before them. All of these one soul journeys are all sitting in all of our soul. Even if they're not your parents, it's still in you. All of it is in us, everything. And so when we do that and we look at that and we realize we don't have to be punished, and that those experiences that like parents are trying to do is in you. It's your rule too. What did I do to deserve this? That's what we always feel like, a victim to that. But we know somehow in that fallen consciousness, I do deserve it. But it's not that you deserve it. It's that you want to know what it feels like. And you do, right?
Yeah.
Would anyone like to share? Would anyone like to share anything about the punishment experience? Self-punishment? And can anyone relate a story about that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's like, so for example, like anytime I don't get feedback from you in in short time, I start to feel there's something wrong. I did something wrong, or I'm wrong, and then that unworthiness comes.
Mm.
And then I feel I'm being punished because I did something wrong.
Do you feel like what I'm saying to you is punishing you?
No.
No, okay. So what do you mean when you get feedback from me?
No, I mean, when, for example, I sent an email and I don't receive a reply back,
Yeah.
like some hours, or maybe takes one day.
That happened now. It's like I'm rejected. I get it. It's like, come on, save me, make me feel better. Oh, darling, I love you so much.
Ego, it's like,
Yeah. Oh, thank you for sharing that. It's so beautiful. But I think you know I love you. And I really do. And I just know you feel like that about me because I represent such, love for you, and it's really great. Thank you for sharing that. I love that. But it is just that rule that you should be punished is why you're creating it. Oh, anything else you want to share about that, Stella?
I'm just loving everything you're sharing. It's really touching a lot of things, which is great.
Awesome. Well, I would like you to get back to that point too, where I was sharing about talk to me, talk to my soul, hear my soul talking to you, because you're only going to hear from me, love. And in those moments when you're feeling that desperation to get that reply, I mean, I usually do reply pretty as quick as I can. I understand how you feel, though, I really do. And because I want to, and I'm replying anyway, like I'm already replying in my heart and my soul. That's what we want to connect with, because
I want to share as well that many times I have felt like this communication without words with you as well, and also very good. I love it. I think it was in one of your posts, or I don't remember exactly, but you were talking about us communicating with our higher self.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been enjoying doing that. And yeah, it takes you out of that separation consciousness.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you're just so beautiful. Look at you. You're glowing, you're gorgeous. The more you're talking about this, it's like lifting off those veils, those heavy veils. Oh, I totally understand. And you always have my deepest love, and you always.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the good things about being alone, that I I have to, go more into other alternatives.
Yeah. Yes. Now you're connecting a dot that's really good. That's trusting the higher plan. And that like I said, that's not always that easy, because what we are creating, and I know what you're doing, Estella, is you have a mission and you're on that to stay in Australia, and it's taking up this part of your life to apply that. And I have seen that many, many times with what you're doing, how good it is for you. And believe me, I want to save you so much. And I'm just like, don't save people, love people, give them love, share the love, and let them have their journey. But always give love, and always know that that love is there. And like, even though you know that about me, and this is beautiful that you know that I'm like that, your fallen identity still wants to tell you you don't deserve it, but you do. You deserve my love. You deserve all my love, and you have all my love. All of you, everyone does. Everyone has that, and that's what I want you to feel like too. I want you to feel like that love that you are giving is for everyone. And I'm really glad you connected with that higher plan aspect of it. I think that's a really big part of our awakening, actually, and our self-worth, because even though we're doing a lot of awakening and we're experiencing a lot of our love, we have those times where it feels like it's not manifesting. We're not manifesting that really high life, and these things that we're experiencing are painful. And so in those times, those are times where you really got to say, trust the higher plan, right? Really got to say, trust the higher plan. And if you can maintain that aspect in those times, it does help you to understand why you're there, why you're having it. And this is what I remind myself in those times. You've had these sort of experiences before. You did the integration and you got through it. You got through it. You applied your higher consciousness and you got through it. Remember that. So you can do that again now. Do that again now. That's all you need to do, is just do it again now. And even if it takes just constant telling yourself that, then allow that. There's always some point that I get to, and I think we all do, and we all need to, at this point of where you do have to stop integrating in a way. Not forever, just for that moment of that is enough now. Try to relax now, just breathe and feel your love and trust. Just keep trusting that higher plan. Keep trusting the beautiful being that you are. Keep remembering the oneness of our connection, our oneness with everyone. It's magic. It is magic. It's the sparkling being of love and light that we are. It's just profound. It's so profound that our limited consciousness cannot comprehend it. So we have to shift into our higher consciousness to comprehend it. And that's what you guys are doing. You're doing that. But it's like, this, like being underwater or something, and you're trying to get your head above water, and just that pushing down feeling, and it just feels very difficult and painful. But those are the times that you just keep remembering. I mean, that's all we can do. That's all we can do. And if we don't choose to remember, that's okay too. You'll get there when you're ready, but it's, as I said last session, humanity is ascending and resistance is futile. And that means just keep going, because you've got no choice in a way, even though that sounds like the fallen identity and limited identity. It's just the fact that we all made this choice. We all made this choice to ascend now. We've made that choice. Our soul made that choice. It's the oneness consciousness that's there. And just remind yourself that whenever you're going through these things, remind yourself, look, it's ascension anyway. You're ascending anyway. So there's a hopeless kind of vibe around it, but it's just remind yourself, because you're still we're still weaving. Remember that beautiful golden mat that I talked about last time? Like, we're still weaving that. And so patience is so important. Our own self-support is so important. Really, I've noticed sometimes it doesn't matter how much support someone will give me. It doesn't help unless I do it myself. It helps in some ways, but I know that my fallen is pushing that away all the time. Like, no, don't help me. I've got to do this myself. La, 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 la. There's that sort of unworthiness there too. don't love me, I don't deserve it, I'm not worth it, you know. No, it's not real, but it's there, you know, and so that's what we're experiencing, that because we're believing that. But we're weaving. Just remember that we're creating that beautiful alignment. It's there anyway. You know that golden mat thing I talked about? That's already existing. We are this beautiful sparkling being, like a beautiful golden grid, if you want to look at it like that. You know, that's who we all are anyway. We're just the thoughts created from love. Love created the thought. Love chose the thoughts. We are the thoughts of that love. And that's light. That's why we see light. That's why we experience light. Why everything is manifested. Thought upon thought upon thought. And how many thoughts are going on that we are not even aware of? How many other dimensions of thoughts are we having that we're not even aware of? But if you start connecting and feeling that love and sharing that love, just even on a soul level and in any way, really in any way, just be soft with it. You know, that's making the difference. That's just us remembering who we really are. And it's just beautiful. It really is. And when you can take yourself, it's kind of like almost like going backwards, but even though there's no backwards, you take yourself to that moment of remembering, hey, we were once this being of love. We wanted to see what that being of love looks like. We chose light to do that. Can you really see what love looks like, really? When you think about love, can you see it? No, you feel it. You feel it. It's feeling, and that love, that is who you are. That is the being that created all of this, and it's ourself. You know? And it's really fascinating when you think about it. How can I see love? How can I really actually see love? You have to feel love. You have to know love. You have to know the love that you are. And we're wanting to see it. We're wanting to see it manifest in our physical world. We want that. That's why we want all these things and these things that we want, you know, because we want to see it manifested. But what we have to remember is we are manifesting it. It's all of this. It's everything. Love is everything. And our ascension is remembering that. That's our real worthiness. Even though, as I said, even worthiness isn't even needed or necessary in that, because you just feel love, you know love, you know love. And now how can we see it? How can we see love? Look at yourself. Look at me. Look at other people. Look at everything that's in it. That's all love. Everything you see is love making it seeable. Now that is profound in itself, isn't it? That is so profound, almost incomprehensible, because we want it to look like light. But love created light. That's the difference. And you can look at it like light if you want to. Of course you can. But you want to feel it as love. Feel it. And what is even a feeling? Can you really see a feeling?
No.
The only way you can is for these beautiful, expressive beings. That is love. That love created us to express a feeling. And it's still physical though, isn't it? It's still seen as a physical thing. That's our love expressing ourselves here as light. Everything is light. Everyone knows that now. Everyone knows everything is light. Scientists know it. Everything is light. Everything zooming in on anything is just light. Endless light. There's no limit to that light, because love has no limit. So love can manifest anything it wants. So how do you even see a thought? You feel it. You can get a vision of anything that you want. That's beautiful. And that vision is that coming from that love. That is where vision comes from, our visionary aspects of ourselves. So everything that we visualize in ourselves is manifested from love. And that's what we've already done. It's just profound. It's beautiful. It's so divine. I love that when I can connect with that. And there's this real part of our inquisitiveness, our intellect that wants to have more, something more factual than that. You know, it wants to put it in some box, but we're already in that box. This is it. What you see is love. This is love. Everything. And look at us. We're looking at each other here, and it's just in the air. It's just in the air. It's manifesting on this screen. It's just like, wow, well done, one soul. And we'll move into other incredible dimensions of ourself. You know, there is so much more, and that's really important to know, because that hopelessness can make you feel like, is this it? You know, this all there is? But no, this isn't all there is. Trust this brilliant higher plan, our higher intelligence. It's profound. Profound is not enough to say, but I love contemplating and feeling myself expand myself. Like, I know this is happening to you as you're listening. It's expanding your awareness, your consciousness. You're trying to comprehend it, you know, you're trying to fathom it. And it becomes this point where fathoming it is accepting it. Just accepting it. Yeah, it's beautiful. Anyone like to share anything about this? Anything?
I want to say so much, because like everything that you're saying,
Go for it.
Yeah.
I'll start with the most recent thing that you shared, the expansion of intellect. I have experienced that, and I'm experiencing that since I'm doing these sessions with you, the group session as well as the private session, I feel I have opened up to so much more intelligence in myself. Like, I feel I'm so much more able intellectually, physically, and it's almost like I then start doubting myself, that am I actually feeling this good? Am I
Yeah.
actually understanding this? Am I actually
No.
comprehending this so well?
I totally understand. Yeah.
And it's like, wow. So thank you for that.
It is absolutely my joy and my pleasure, and thank you for sharing that. I totally understand what you mean, and it's because you've been looking at the wisdom, you've been understanding the wisdom of this journey, and because you've been expanding because of that. Because why you haven't got to the point where wisdom's very important. That's our journey, wisdom. So when we get the wisdom and understanding from that higher perspective, completion. So that's the greatest thing not the great, it's one of the greatest things. It's to remind yourself, what is the wisdom that I need to gain from this experience? Okay, bring it to simplicity. What did it feel like? What did it feel like? And then when you start gaining that wisdom, you've integrated that. That's what integration is. It's you seeing yourself as this whole being, not this separate being anymore. You start seeing this whole being. So your wisdom gained awakening to more dimensions, expanding your intelligence. We are so much more intelligent than what we are perceiving in our limited perception, of course. But think of not even genius, beyond genius. Think of the amazing being that we are that chose this. How did we even think of this? You know, how did we even think of creating limitation when we're not? What an amazing journey. And that's when you appreciate it, when you start to have those perceptions. And that's what you're doing, Nisha. That's what you've been experiencing, and that's why. And love, you've been just letting that love pour out. Thank you for pouring a lot of that on me. I love it, and and right back to you. So it's just like, it's awakening you. That's why I'm asking you, if you just keep on focusing on being generous with your love and gaining the wisdom, it's going to change your reality. It's going to shift you into higher intelligence, awareness. It's right there. It's right there. It's right here. That higher intelligence is right here. So much more. And there's so much more. And that's what I really love about ascending, is those incredible feelings and realizations of who I really am, and feeling that, And I just feel like I'm just sparkling in those moments. It's like, oh, everything, the wisdom's been gained. I've understood it. Now I'm just sparkling. Okay, shift me again, you know. But it doesn't feel like I lose touch with everything when I shift. I feel like I get more in touch with everything and everyone.
Yeah,
Do you feel that, Nish?
absolutely. That's exactly. And this thing that you said, it is all here.
Mm-hmm.
It is like that's so you like, you know me, and everyone who knows me knows that I have read so many books in my life. Like I have loved that and learning like that. But that knowledge and that has been really important, and it has given me so much because it helped me differentiate what I really want and what the books are telling me and everything. But the intelligence that I'm experiencing right now, it is not coming from outside. I just feel like it is natural and it is just unveiling in me. It doesn't feel like I'm learning it. It feels like it is there. Exactly what you said. It really does feel like it is there. And it is just unveiling itself. And I don't even know how to describe how I know it, but I know it. And that trust is so strong because I know it. Like I cannot not accept it. Like it is so strong. And that feeling is so strong. And
yes, as soon as you try to put it in some box, it's like there's frustration and you start dropping that frequency again. And when you just go back to what brought you there in the first place, which is the love and the wisdom gaining and just embracing everything in that way, then you're back there and you can keep on knowing more and more. So thank you, Nish. That is really, really beautiful. Keep going if you've got more.
thank you. Yes. The most important thing that I have found in my awakening that has really helped me, and there are many things, of course, but one of the most important things is thank you for allowing me to love you, because it gave me that space to love as much as I wanted.
That's beautiful.
And that is giving me so much, because then it is opening up that love in me. So I'm not holding back that love anymore. I'm not suppressing that love anymore. And it is beyond, as you said, it is beyond worthiness, unworthiness. It is just being.
Yeah.
And that, like, I see that everywhere. Not only like the fact that I start loving you, like I can express my love to you. I don't think starting to love you is the right word, because I don't think we don't ever love each other. It is just that I'm now understanding, like I'm remembering and I'm allowing myself to love you. I'm expressing my love for you. And then I automatically start expressing my love for myself, for everyone around me. It is just like the lid is open now. And yes, you are allowed.
That's really beautiful, Nish. Thank you so much. And thank you for letting me love you too. And I really love everything that just shared. And I just want to say, look, I am here to be loved, and so are you. That is it. Just love. Even if it's being pushed away, it's okay, you know. And of course I'm not doing that. I'm here to you know, I'm here to be loved just like you are, but I've opened to that and I'm allowing that more and more and more. But every time we do go through another layer of feeling loved, and I've experienced a lot because I have been so loving, because it's me, it's what I want to experience, you know, and I'm aware of that. And there's been, not exaggerating, thousands of times, because I have talked to a lot of people, thousands of times where people have just pushed that away. And I get it. I understand why, because they really don't want to remember that yet. But I'm still not going to stop. I'm not going to stop loving. That's a big part of it. It's like, oh, you didn't love me back. Oh, then, I failed. And it's just let that love keep going. Don't have any rules on it. And remember, you don't go around and trying to be this super loving person that hugs and all that. You can do that, of course, but the love is from your soul to soul. It's just there. It's just that love and that recognition, but pouring it out too, Nish. And that's what you've been really doing. And thank you so much, because I have blatantly seen the change in you from doing that. Like, it's blatant. And I know you agree, of course, because you see it in yourself. It's just, it's really obvious to me when that love that I've given has been not wanted, because only for that reason, for that, don't wake me up yet, I still want to be asleep. And I'm like, I get it, that's fine, take your time, you know. But when that love is pushed away, it can make you feel like, oh, I failed, you know, my love didn't work, you know. And then we can believe it's being pushed away as well. But really, ultimately, it's not. Ultimately, we're all loving each other. And that's, remember, high, very, very high perception, higher dimensional perception. But we want to have that. But let it out anyway as well. Like what you've been allowing, your love is completely welcomed by me, like completely. And I know that there's also been thousands of people that have allowed that love, you know, and it's beautiful. The more that we allow that love, the more we are sending, really. And it's just like when I say allow, it's just there anyway. We just recognize it, but expressing it is just, because if you think about it, if you feel unworthy, then you don't feel like you have any right to love.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, this is what our fallen self may say. I'm nothing. I'm a mess. I've ruined my life. I've done stupid things. I've been this, I've been that. I've never achieved what I wanted. I failed in this and I failed in that. I achieved in that and it still didn't feel good, you know, la, 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 la. All that stuff. And we're just like, we just don't feel like we have any right to love, but you always have every right to love because you are love. And always remember that, even when you're getting those walls that are pushing it away from the beautiful part of our soul it's still experienced and gaining their wisdom. Keep doing that love anyway. And you know what? That feels good. You know, that feels like home to me. It feels like I'm home when I keep allowing that. Don't feel home. Like I feel pain when I don't. You know, so for me, resolving my pain is loving. You know, that's how I've done it. Even though that love's been rejected so many times from people that weren't ready. And I'm talking about all the guidance that I've been given. I've been giving it my whole life. You know, my whole life, even as a real small child. And I did feel rejected and I did feel unworthy and I did go through all those things that built up and got crafted for my journey. It was perfect. Well done, me. I crafted it, you know. and now I know what that feels like. But I always just wanted to love. And I really didn't understand when I arrived here on earth, why is everybody? Why aren't they loving? I didn't understand that. And now I understand why I didn't understand that. Because I had to have more wisdom, understand more wisdom of this journey. And I did that. And I'm so grateful for that. And that's where we get to in our awakening, our ascension, is the gratitude for it. Because once we can see it for what it really is, we have gratitude for it, no matter what it is. And that gratitude is just so beautiful, hey? It's just such a real gratitude, not being good gratitude, but real gratitude of knowing what you're being grateful for. You're being grateful for this beautiful love that we are. Just so beautiful. Would anyone else like to share anything at this point? Thank you, Nish. That's so beautiful. I love you. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to share. I'm loving everything you're saying, Jode. Thank you so much. Yeah. I think this topic today just started to bring up so much unworthiness in me before we even started, you know, in the previous weeks. But I feel like it's a real core of my being, like the unworthiness. And I could just really relate to everything. But I'm loving everything that you're saying and, you know, showing us ways that we can shift out of it. And I love what Nish said about you letting us, feeling like you letting us love you, but it's always been there, but allowing myself to love you and has helped me to shift out of the unworthiness too. I feel like it's been such a beautiful thing. To have your love, feel your love, you know, for wanting us to wake up. And it's been really beautiful to move out of that unworthiness as well. But
thanks so much, Maggie. Your love is just perfect. It's just
beautiful.
No, all of our love is perfect and beautiful. But keep going, Maggie.
Is my microphone okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've hooked it up a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just really, really beautiful to feel. I mean, and I was thinking, like, with the unworthiness, I feel like when you were talking about it at the beginning, I feel like when I wake up every morning, it's that first thought of the how I'm going to get through the day, the struggle, and the unworthiness and all the defenses there in that instant. Yeah, and I just feel like I want to witness that more through the day, like not just feel that and then think I haven't really integrated it or overcome it. Just start to witness how I am feeling all through the day about that unworthiness and feeling.
It's interesting what you said is when you wake up, and we've been asleep when we wake up, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
We literally have an experience of being
Yeah.
when we wake up. But
when we wake up, I feel it. Yeah.
Yeah. But in this physical experience of sleeping, we go into so many dimensions, but we experience dimensions in that world. And everyone knows that when we see our dreams, but understanding on a higher level. But when you wake up, and whatever you feel in the morning is because you've come out of a place that's dealing with unconsciousness. It's like whatever you're unconscious of and whatever things you haven't integrated will just be there when you wake up. And I think you can all connect with that and understand that. So it's really good when you wake up, even though you have that, oh, I'm so sleepy stuff, have that feeling of recognition. If you can remind yourself, oh, this is really good because this is what's there that I'm not really seeing consciously. Okay, so let's look at that. I used to wake up, I'm talking a long, long time ago, I was so depressed every morning. And I just wanted to really understand, why am I so depressed, and it's just like, because I just felt so limited, I felt so depressed. It's all that unconscious stuff that's going on that isn't integrated, that's what creates it. And so I knew that and I recognized that, and I'm like, well, what do I really need to see about that, And if you don't want to see it, you won't. You'll just stay in that beautiful morbid place of morbidity, depression, And I did experience that at times. I could see, I was even aware that I was doing that. So I just want to stay like this. I know it's just what I want to do. I'm talking about, in the 20s, a long time ago, but it's just like, I really started to realize I actually loved the feeling of it. And that's wisdom. That was the wisdom. And when I started to do that and really knowing, well, I'm just enjoying this, okay, we'll just enjoy it. And then I started to feel like, well, I'm not enjoying it anymore. I want my happiness. I want my joy. So how am I going to get that, And that's that real awakening point where the depression became so much misery within me.
Yeah.
That I've shared that story many times. Just, okay, I'm creating my reality. What do I need to understand? And when we recognize we're creating our reality, we're looking at everything I've been talking about. We're looking at how, why, and the pain. What's causing that pain? And the wisdom can just come there and be there, and that is where you'll feel the shift. But it'll come back again until it's fully integrated and resolved. Until, like, resolved. When I'm saying resolved, I don't mean intellectually in that way. I mean soulfully understanding the wisdom of enjoying that experience. That's not easy to admit. That can be the biggest reason why you don't admit it. Because then when you have to admit something, the unworthiness rears up again. And so, I can't admit that. I've had that experience heaps of times. I can't admit that. That's too much. And I say to myself, well, you have to, but just do it gently and lovingly. And it's why people stay depressed too, because they're keeping all that lid on that. I can't admit that. That will make me feel a lot worse. So I'll just stay depressed instead, and that's okay too. That's part of the journey. But that real decision, when you really decide to admit things to yourself, and I've said this before, it can feel very brutal. But just be willing to do it, knowing the reason you're doing it for. In our fallen self, we think if we admit something, we will be so punished. We will be not loved. I wouldn't even be able to love myself. So I'll keep it suppressed. How can I love myself if I admit those things? You know, and everyone's got things to admit because we've all been forgotten. But admit those things with love and understanding. You know, it's okay. Just tell yourself it's okay. But you might cry. You might, you know, it might bring up a lot of anger. It might bring up a lot of frustration and self-hate and all those things. But if you stay really in that place of love and calmness of knowing you're doing this for ascension, it'll be different. If you plummet and you go into it and you've completely forgotten why you're doing it, that will remind you what it's like to be fallen.
Yeah.
As soon as you get that witness back, you go, oh, that's really what it feels like, you know. I think I prefer having a witness of this. I think I prefer admitting this and allowing those feelings. And so many people that I've facilitated over the years found that very, very difficult and very, very painful and didn't want to admit things. And there was I'd always question that really gently. There was always a main reason. The main reason that came up repeatedly was, I'll never stop crying. I will never be able to get over this. I will never forgive myself if I admit this. If I cry, it will be endless. So that's always been such a big thing that I saw people have. So remind yourself when you are admitting things, it will end and it will be okay. And if you need to cry, let the crying take place, because if you keep stopping it, and I don't mean going around and just doing that all over the place, have your space to do that. Give yourself that space where you are feeling in a safe place, an environment where it's not really affecting other people, because we respect that too, because people don't always understand that. So it's just another respect that aspect, but just tell yourself, yeah, you will stop crying. You will, and you will understand, and you will, this cleansing that you have from this, letting this out, admitting these things, be really strong with yourself. This is not about hating yourself. This is about loving yourself. It's not about bashing yourself up because you have to admit something. Definitely don't do that, because that will not resolve it. Instead, be courageous in that way and say, I want to admit this to myself. And you don't even have to tell anyone else. You have no obligation to tell anyone else. Just yourself. Just you. If you want to tell someone else, that's okay. Just someone that you feel really trustful of. But you have no obligation to do that. In these times, that obligation is to you and you only. And these things, anything that you need to admit, just admit it to yourself. Be okay about it. Let yourself cry. You know, sometimes those admitting sessions can take years and years and years. That's from my experience. The choices that I made that feel like a big mistake, you know. That's painful, but it was worth it. It was worth admitting it, and I knew I had to get through it. And my choice to ascend has been from the beginning. I'm here to ascend, and I'm here to guide others to ascend that want that. And I didn't really know how to do that, but I knew that I would find a way. And I knew it, but it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was easy. I still, you know, there's things to still integrate, you know, like that's why I said it can take years. Like, I already understand it. I already know the reason for it, but I still have the feelings. I still have to keep looking at those things. Allow that. You know, that doesn't mean you're failing. It means that you're still doing it. You just need more. But just know it's okay for there to be more. You know, and love. Keep loving, because that will make it easier. And the reason it will make it easier is because you're awakening yourself to those higher dimensions. You're not just limiting yourself to this one place that we're in and thinking this is all there is. This physical world, this is all there is. This physical world is so much more. Even anything you really look at in this physical world, you can see it. You know? I had a beautiful butterfly visit me today. Oh, it was so gorgeous. I love butterflies so much. And I knew that it was visiting me and connecting with me. And it landed, and it was Bud and I, and we had the dogs outside for a little time outside. And this beautiful butterfly kept flying around us. And I just say, thank you for that. I said, thank you for telling me that. because I knew there was some feeling of reassurance there. I could feel it, and it was just, and so then it came and it landed right in front of us, and it made this shape. It was the leaves made the shape, and it was a U, as in you, and it was sitting on right in the middle of it. It was just so beautiful. And it's like, if you are aware of these things and you perceive yourself, your world from that higher dimension, you will have those moments. And I wanted to go closer to it, it was really close. It was probably only about a meter away. And I wanted to go closer to it. And that's it. But I was just allowing the message to come, and, just a beautiful feeling of love, and everything's okay, just loving and just transformation, butterflies, just beautiful, just pure love even. It was so gorgeous. And then I wanted to go closer to it. And as soon as I had that thought to go closer to it, it took off. It was like, that's it. That's all that's necessary right now. And I just accepted that and said, well, thank you for that. And it was flooded off. And it was just like moments like that, like, don't feel silly for that, feel open to that. Open yourself to these other dimensional things, like recently I saw someone sitting in our backyard. It was a beautiful male energy, and it was sitting on the chair that we have out there that we sit in the sunshine. And it was such a beautiful presence. And I saw it and I went, oh God, am I seeing things? I'm like, I'm not seeing things. I can see it. And this beautiful male being was really light and quite big, and quite this beautiful white hair, long white hair, and this peacefulness in his soul. It was just so divine, honestly. It was just, whoa, like it touched me so deeply. And I've seen it a few more times since then. But that was all at that point. Maybe he'll return, but I just really felt like he wanted to come and see what I was doing. He was enjoying the love. He was enjoying my higher consciousness. And I thought, wow. And I felt like he had this beautiful higher consciousness, but it was the feeling that was coming from him was, I'm here to observe you and learn from you. And I was just so touched,
Wow.
just so touched. And it was so beautiful. And it lifted me so much in myself, like, and I had to really honor myself for seeing it. I had to really honor myself and not say, you're just deluded. I refuse to do that, because I know I saw that and I know I experienced that.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to trust, because there's communication on so many more levels. And you've probably all got a story somehow like that. I'm sure you do. And trust it and allow it, because they're beautiful stories, they're beautiful realms. So many realms. So many. Like, there's so many things I could rave on with about that, but
Love it.
and there's so many things like I've seen so many things like that in my life, but recently even more. And that's completely there. That's completely there. Really connecting with the beings that exist around us that aren't necessarily in physicality, and there's a reason for that. And they are observing you with love, because if they're not here in this physical form, they're in that dimension, and they can, people might call them guides and all sorts of things, but I don't call them that. I just know that they're part of our one soul in that dimension. And they are learning from us too, from there. They're gaining wisdom in that place right now. Now one soul is going through this transition, and especially the loved ones that we've lost, in our life. They exist, and I want to do a whole session on that. Maybe that's next time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there is so much I could say about that, but I'll just choose to right now give that much to remind you of the dimensional being that you are, to remind you of the amazing love that you are. Amazing love. Amazing love. Like, our words are limited, right? They're part of limited reality, but still use them, because what's feeding and creating those words is unlimited love. So keep giving those words. But feel the feeling in yourself if you can't put it into words. I'm always saying beyond words because it feels beyond words. But the fact is that I can say that word beyond words, I love you beyond words, gives me the feeling of that, you know. There are plenty more words we could have, you know, plenty more. But this is where we are. There's another language. Of course, there's other languages of ourself. There's so many languages, not just, I'm not talking about different nationalities. There's languages, there's soulfulness that is dimensional. And that's what I want, why I want to share about worthiness and that also brings out unworthiness. Because I wanted you to realize not only are you worthy, you are this amazing being of love. You are. That's what you are. And get into that. Love that. Just love that. And if it brings up emotion, that emotion of love, let that flow. Let that flow. Because it is really, really beautiful, isn't it? That emotion of love. But that's what we really are anyway. We are that. When we're feeling love and we're having the emotion of love, we're experiencing ourselves consciously. We're experiencing ourselves consciously. So let that love flow. Let that love flow. Would anyone like to share anything? Let that love flow right now.
I'd love to share. I'm loving everything you're saying so much, and I think what's really I'm feeling. There's so much. So I'll just start talking.
Margie, this is that. Have to mute Margie.
Okay.
I love you, Margie. Thank you, sweetheart. Go, Kerry.
Yeah. Something I haven't really connected with before is I'm loving everything that you're saying around the whole multidimensional. The way that you're talking about it tonight, I can feel, I'm feeling it, and it's like all the integration. I'm thinking of like all the integration that I've at times felt a real struggle with, and I get through it, and I get to that point of knowing that I'm love and feeling that love. But then tonight you've just said, because we are multidimensional, like the love is way beyond just this one experience, and that has just been like me.
Do that again. What was it? What's it like? Oh, look at that. Even that is like the infinite feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep
So
going.
that's so amazing. It gives me so much inspiration for when I'm going, I'm seeing things in myself again. It's like just to remember the multidimensional aspect of the love that I am and that we are. It's super, super potent and so beautiful. And the feeling is just so sparkly. It's just so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
The other thing I wanted to say is you said we wanted to see love, or we wanted to look at love.
Yes.
I mean, my God.
That's right. My God. Right.
Like so absolutely wow, what a profound story in that sentence. It's like so touching and beautiful, and that we chose light to be able to do that. I was just that, and I was just like, yes, I can feel that knowing in myself. So I'm just so touched and really honored and just feel so grateful.
That's really beautiful. And it's amazing how we all like to say love and light.
Yeah.
We always say love and light. Because love created light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from that pure desire of wanting to see and look at it.
Yes.
Wow. It's like
Pure
incredibly beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much for saying that and sharing that. I just feel like that's giving me such a beautiful step forward in my ascension.
Oh, that is just so precious. Thank you so much. That's so beautiful, Clary, and I totally am with you on that. I totally understand that. when we really have that connection, that realization. And I'm really glad that you shared that too, because it affirms it more in yourself. You know, it connects you more with it within yourself. And it's, I think probably the most potent part about that is, how do we really see love? That's the question. We feel love. Like, even if you imagine a light being, you're still imagining this realm of light. It's way beyond that. You know? So how can we really feel unworthy when we're that really, you know? It's just, we do. How? Because we want to. Why?
Yeah.
Wisdom. Knowing what it feels like, having this adventure here. And when you do have that awakening, you really realize how delicious it is. And I remind myself that when I see things that are, they seem much more fallen than other things, I remind myself that's okay, because that is what that part of our soul has chosen to experience. And it's being loved, even though it doesn't look like it. Because those things are the things that can really make us doubt that any of this is real. So if we change our perception of it, that doubt is resolved. You know? Yeah. It's amazing. We're amazing. We're beyond amazing. We have to awaken that other vocabulary that we have. to say it. And we will, but it's not like here. It's another dimension, and it's all there, and you can listen to that, and you can try and bring it into this realm, but there's no need to. You know, people like saying they're talking the language of light, and that's just another adventure of expressing love here, and it's perfectly fine. It's beautiful, but it's not really that dimension. I mean, in the way of the truth, it is, because all the dimensions are one. That other dimension is not verbal. Many of those other dimensions are so far past verbal, we can't even fathom it while we're just fathoming this one. And that's why we're here, because we want to fathom this one. Those other dimensions, they know all this. They know all this. That's our being. We know all this. But we are loving this journey, and it's so vitally important for our ascension is to know that we are loving it. And when you are feeling that unworthiness, just remind yourself, if you can remind yourself that you're loving it, it'll change. In fact, I have burst out laughing at myself so many times. I mean, most of the day I walk around giggling at myself and others. And I'm not mocking myself or anyone else, but just finding it so amusing. You know, it's like, oh my God, that is so funny. You know, giggling away. And it just feels so joyful. But I also always stay in that compassionate understanding. You know, some things I can't find funny at all, but you know, I can find the love. I can find the compassion, you know, and in that way I can find the love. And I know if I can rise myself to a much higher level, I would laugh at myself for not being able to laugh at it, you know. But it can come across so cold to ourselves like that. But it's not cold, it's just a much higher dimension. It's a much higher dimension of love. So we'll keep focusing on that. Keep focusing on that. Jasmine's over there. She's so cute. So, anyone else like to share anything? I love this so much, you guys.
Yeah, me too.
I love it so much, and thank you.
Me too. I would like to share something because before I was attending this group, I was waiting to attend, and then at 9:30, suddenly I got a black screen, and I was, oh no, what's happening? And then I had to go back to the link, and then I came back, and I was still waiting, and I was worried. I was so worried that I was missing it.
Yeah.
I even sent an email. Like,
oh, I can understand completely. Yeah.
And I think it's also because I felt unworthy to be here today.
Wow. Yeah.
Also because I was sick during the night, so I was feeling very tired. And I was
Mm.
like, I'm too tired to attend.
Oh, I totally understand. Yeah. Yeah. Well, why were you sick?
I think a lot of resistance or
Oh.
this topic is very profound and potent and very
Mm.
strong. I feel like everything you've been sharing has touched me so much.
Yeah.
I think I will have to watch it again and again and again because
Yeah. 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 Of course. Yeah. There's so much to watch again and again, and to remind yourself again and again, and just the fact that what you shared just now, thank you so much for sharing that. It was you being aware of yourself. You were aware of that fear and that unworthiness, and all of that was coming up. And that whenever there's a topic for my group sessions and anything we do, it will activate that because the intention is there. That's what's getting activated to look at. So just apply those same things that I've been talking about. And you did, because you're here. Well done, But knowing that those fears and those resistance feelings are really good to recognize. And it can give you that understanding of others that are not ready for this because they're still believing that, and that's okay. But when you are doing it, you are affecting them. And I have seen that in the One Soul over and over and over. I've seen people in the world behaving and choosing things that had never even heard of anything that I'd said, and just incredible things that I see on TV and everything, word for word, the things that I've said. And like, I know back in those days when I first started doing this, that wasn't happening. And I know that it's fed that one soul. And I know you are doing the same. You are feeding that one soul with whatever you're choosing. And once you start feeling the love of that one soul, you actually want to feed it that. There's another new motivation there. Like, I love this one soul so much. I want to be awake for it. I want to be that for it. I want to love it. I want to understand things because I love everyone so much. But you have to stay in that place of like detachment in a way, and that's can be challenging, but face that challenge for your ascension, and you will when you're ready, when you really want to. If you're not ready, that's okay too. And give yourself that time if you need that. If you need more wisdom gaining, then have it. I've done that. I didn't want to. This is really silly and funny, but I don't want to eat gluten anymore. But I went through stages where I know that it's not good for me, but I still want it. So I said, okay, well, have it. Have it till you don't want it. And I got to that point. I got to that point, and then I'd go backwards, and I was just like, it was so good because I was just watching the play of how I do it, just wanting that indulgence in that. When we have things that are toxic, our body becomes addictive to the toxin. It wants that again. And so it's a lot like our identity. Want to eat gluten? Don't eat gluten. It's so yummy. Want to keep eating it? Oh, I'm just going to do this one more time. Okay, I'm just going to do that. La la la. It goes until I'm just like, okay, really make the choice. It doesn't make you feel well. Let it go. And it's like, oh no, I can transcend anything. I'm amazing. Gluten doesn't have to affect me, but vibration does affect us because we are vibration. So food can really express the fallen consciousness, and it can really express the enlightened consciousness of the awakened, the purity. What does it remind you of, Nish?
I want to wake up. I don't want to have sugar. I want to have sugar. Maybe I'll just be a little bit more unworthy for some time. No, I want to feel worthy, and I'll be defensive about it. No, I'll be loving. I'll be kind.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. This is what I really love about our creation, our world, and everything. The truth is in everything. It's just either you want to see it or not. It's just like, and that's your perspective you want to have when you're ascending. What's the truth I can see in this right now? What do I need to understand for my own ascension from anything? You know, it's all there. And I love perceiving my world that way. It's so much more real, you know. It's so much more real knowing everything is really real and alive, and everything is there. Everything, every little thing of what I need and want to understand is right there, you know. And you might feel like you're getting too analytical, but you're not. You're just being more intelligent. You know, allow that analyzing, allow yourself to observe, allow yourself to feel your higher perspective. Use your intelligence. Don't shut it down for some rule that says, well, now you're getting stuck in your head, you know, you just got to la, 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 all that sort of stuff. What's wrong with your head anyway? You know, it's like nothing. It's beautiful. Your head and your heart are the same thing anyway. It's just where are you taking your focus? And if you want to shut that down and be limited in that way, that's what you'll experience. But it's beautiful to think about everything. You'll get to a point where you're just integrating everything, and it'll just be a lot easier. And then you know that beautiful bliss state. You've all had that, right? That beautiful place of bliss that you get to in your ascension. Yes, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So of course you have, because you've been ascending and you are ascending, and that's what we have. So we have those because we stay conscious of ourselves, of our environment, of everything. And sometimes that really does feel overwhelming, too much, you know, too much. But it's not. It's just our limited rules, you know, that make it too much. And also we've been fed those rules, you know, be good, suppress, you know, but we're, you know, humanity, you can see it already doing that. It's already lifting all those veils. It's already saying enough, you know, but it's doing it in a fighting way as well. But that will change when they realize and they can see that that fighting doesn't change it. And that's a really good topic in your worthiness and unworthiness, because unworthiness wants to fight. That is the bottom line. We don't need any barriers or walls or differences in this world. We're not that, but we have them because we've been wanting to experience them. And if you feel so much love and compassion for humanity and you want to change it, then do this. Do this. Apply this real understanding of everything. And you are. That is the ultimate way for you to change it. I have tried other ways, and I saw the result. And all those other ways, especially saving people, made me shrink, made me feel less than, made me feel unfulfilled, made me feel frustrated. And when I finally got to that point and realizing it's not about saving anyone, it's just about awakening, loving, and understanding everyone where they are at, and to let them be there if that's what they want. And if they come to you and they want to know, give that to them. And if they say, well, I don't want to know that now, let them have that too, you know. And trust that. Know that none of that's wrong. There's no rules on how this awakening is going to happen. There's just a higher plan. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. The higher plan included being asleep, you know. It included forgetting who we are. Higher plan isn't all just this other higher realm of all these high dimensions. And in saying that, I have to say straight away, but it is as well. But higher plan was also about experiencing all these limitations and separations, all these desperations and unworthiness elations. I just made that last word.
I love it.
Good, actually. Unworthiness elations. I like that. Because that is the truth of our fallen perception, is elation. So make up words. Words are great to make up, you know. Who's to say that we're limited just to the words that we've been fed, you know? I love making up more words. I love exploring more words, but I really love the words we have too. They're magnificent, aren't they? Brilliant. Just brilliant, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else like to share anything? Oh, look at you guys, so beautiful. Oh, oh, I wish everyone could see your faces now, but they are feeling it in their soul anyway. They're glowing. They look incredibly beautiful. They have this big, gorgeous smile on their face. Oh my God. Just say something so they can see you. Say something, Margie.
Yeah, I love you so much. I'm sitting here like I don't want to put my mic on,
Oh,
but
that's all right.
yeah, I just love you so much. I'm just loving everything you're saying. Everything is just so beautiful and so high, and it just feels so really, really great. You know, it's just
Oh,
so beautiful.
oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
I
You
love
say
it.
something, Clary. Thank you, Margie. Thank you. You say something, Clary.
Oh, I
I'm
just,
going to get you all to say something just so everyone can see how beautiful you are.
yeah, I just love you so much. I've loved listening to everything that you've said tonight, and I've really loved looking at everyone in this group tonight as well. It's so beautiful to be sharing this experience together. I just love you all so much. So thank you all, and thanks, Jode. You're just incredible. So we're so fortunate to have you here, and I love this time. I love this time. I love that we're at this point in time where we're actually remembering and listening to you, and you know, expanding.
Me
It's
too.
so brilliant and
Yeah.
awesome, and I'm just so happy to be here and be part of it.
Oh, it's really potent. It's so
Yeah.
potent. Just us, you know, everything that it's affecting the rest of us, which is beautiful, and it's my absolute love and joy to be here. Thank you, Clary. Why don't you say something, Amy?
Well, yeah, I'm really enjoying being here together also, and I could feel my fear of love during the session also
Yeah.
coming up. But then when I feel love, it's so beautiful, and I think, where am I afraid of?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'm always very happy to be here. And I'm really grateful for these sessions and for all the love we share, because it's really, really touching me on deeper levels every time, and realizing like how beautiful it is. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Amy. You're just so gorgeous. And I really understand those fears that come up. But just remember, and I'm sure you did anyways, just remember, it's just that part of you that's designed to pull you away from the truth. That's how we experienced our journey here, being forgotten. So it's perfect design. And that's why I say, good on me. Thank you for doing that. You know, like, good job. You know, I say, good job, Jode. You let yourself have some fallen moment. Great. And when I do that, I'm feeling my joy again. I'm just understanding that, and I'm just embracing it with my love, you know. And it just really helps. So you can try that too. Try that now, Amy.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me this fun experience of fear. I really, I really.
Yeah, keep going. So, good job, Amy.
Good job, Amy. Good job. I really love you so much.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I love that. Thank you. Thanks so much. Okay, say something, Estella.
Just really enjoying this time together, and I just feel like my soul is here for these
Yeah.
moments, and feels so profoundly nourishing, and the space of love that we create together is so blissful. I feel blissed out, you know, and just
Oh, that's beautiful.
the love that I feel for everyone and for everything, really beautiful. And thank you for that, because it's I also agree, like I also like when Nisha said that, thank you for allowing me to love you.
Yeah.
Because that lid is now off. That describes so well my journey since I met you. Like I
Oh.
remember at the beginning of finding you, all receiving your love, and it was like, oh, like it was my ego was freaking out. And at the same time it was so, wow, so revealing of the love that was inside of me. And it has been growing and growing since then, and it's amazing, the journey and the transformation. I'm so beyond words grateful for that, for you all, and for you, Jody, especially, of course. Thank you.
That is so beautiful. Thank you so much, Estella. Just watching you then and that glow and that love, and I love what you shared about first finding us and, you know, and me, and just like really feeling that overwhelming feeling of love. But how, and this is something I've always really admired and loved about you, Estella, how much you knew it was what you wanted, how much you'd found what you wanted, that real feeling of love, and how much you stood by that no matter what. And you've been through a lot. I mean, how many years ago was that you found me?
8 years, no, 9 years.
Wow.
It was in 2015.
Yeah, wow.
10 years.
Yeah, it's so amazing how much strength you've had. Like, it's
I still
just
remember sometimes receiving messages of Clary or anyone, you know, from Facebook, like, I love, just a simple I love you. And it was like, whoa, you know, what's this?
oh, that. Yeah, yeah. Like, what's this? It's amazing. What that is the beings that have allowed themselves to share that love. And I do know that when people do first really start feeling that blast of that love, it can be like really overwhelming, and that identity that's falling can even become suspicious, you know. And I've seen that a lot too, and I just understand it. I just understand it, but I'm not stopping. That's what we all have to say. I understand it, but I'm not stopping, because this is what I want, and this is my love, and I'm just going to continue on with my love, and that's it. But I'm so happy that you're here, just Stella, and just so beautiful everything you just shared, and to see how far you have really blossomed and allow. And imagine, like, we're here now. Imagine how much more we're going to awaken to in this. And that's what I love too about Ascension, and even being ascended, because we're going to actually be here in this reality, ascended, experiencing this beautiful manifestation of light from love, but with knowing that's what it is. And so that experience that we had of not knowing is completing, but we're going to stay here for as long as we want to. And then when we're ready for the next journey, that's will be what it is. But when you start really awakening and feeling that love, you're already in that space then. You're in that space now, then, where you're just like, oh, I'm here. And I'm feeling love, and I'm recognizing my reality as an awakened being. I'm experiencing being ascended in those moments. Like, when we say ascending, it's just because we're still integrating. But when we reach those moments where we're just feeling that ascension, it's just so beautiful. And they keep coming when you keep doing that and keeping that simplicity, you know, and it's just so beautiful. And that's what I want, you know, and not only do I want it, I know it's what we all want. I know that's what's going to happen. It's already happened. It's happening now. It's just us aligning with that. And how do you feel? You feel excited about that? Like, I feel so much love and joy knowing that all of us will be awake and we'll all be here on this beautiful planet. Our planet will become ascended as well, because it's still our love that's creating all of it, and our whole everything is going to feel so much different. And you know, like, there's that what I have to remind myself is I don't fully remember it, I don't fully comprehend it, but I trust it. And I know it's just because I can't comprehend it, I know it's still going to exist. I know it exists now, and I know it's going to be so much more. Because when we try to imagine that, we can't imagine. When we're in that limited perspective, we feel like, well, I don't even know what that is. You know, maybe it's not even real. You know, but that's that incredible knowing and that feeling that you just described, instead of that feeling of love now, and that's it. That's the feeling. That's what we trust. And like I said, I had a beautiful moment, the butterfly, and we all have these beautiful moments, and just more and more and more, my world becomes more sparkling as it really is. It's the way I start seeing it and perceiving it, And so how do you all feel about that? Like, that's just amazing. I want to hear for that beautiful Nisha in a minute, but how do we all feel about that? That's what's coming, you know. It's not coming, it's here, but it's the way that we can perceive it, you know. The coming means that we will evolve our consciousness to living it. How do you feel about that?
Feels beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, that feels
I
just
love
so awesome.
To know
And
that
what's
we'll,
really right.
Yeah.
and to know that we'll be here to feel that and see that and experience that in our ascension, being ascended. Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
Anyone else? How do you feel about that? Being ascended. Amy?
It's really touching to me because I always had the feeling that we were going to ascend when I was a kid, but then
Wow.
like that feeling of all being together and loving each other, and because I could not understand why we were not loving each other when I was a kid and why everything was so strange. And yeah, every time you say that, I feel this realness of it in myself, like, yes, I know this is going to happen, and it's what I truly want also.
Wow, beautiful. What about you, Stella? How do you feel about it?
It's I don't know, I don't have words. It feels profoundly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can already feel it, and I'm so looking forward to feel more of that and to see more of that. It's always my vision, my dream, you know, like this oneness, this all of us together in this love. Yeah, it's what I want. It's what I'm here for.
Exactly. And keep that going. Let yourself have so much faith and trust in that, you know? Like, don't ever stop feeling that. And I don't think we can really once we really know. Once, like you were saying, I mean, you felt that as a child. I'm sure every one of you has a feeling, a story of that. And I think once we know that, you know, that is really a big reason we are here, is to remember all of that and to give that to the one soul, and to also keep that alive, keep that fully alive in your consciousness. That's reality, and I feel exactly the same. That's what I want. And the good thing about feeling like that's what I want is I actually know that's what we all want, and I know we're manifesting that. It's happening. It's already happening. It's just us taking those veils down. That's all. Thanks so much, you guys, Stella. What about you, Nisha? What do you want to share about that?
About waking up and like that will be
living in that beautiful realm of ascension, and then I'll hear what else you want to say.
I absolutely like it. It does not feel unknown to me. I feel exactly, yes, of course, because I feel that knowing so strong in me that that is going to happen, and the best gift I can give is continue waking up myself, because then I and actually do say this to my mom as well. Like she when she goes through some things and she's like, I don't want to do this, but I want to do this. Like she wants to have some fallen experience, and I'm like, that's okay, take your time.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm going to be here, and that's how I feel, that I know I'm going to be here, and I know we are going to wake up. I don't even doubt it at all. Like it is such a known feeling in me that of course that is going to happen. We just have to trust, and we just have to have patience, and we just have to keep loving. And of course I get all this strength and all this guidance from you that helps me, you know, keep trusting this. But yeah, I know it is happening, and it's going to be, I can see that sparkly light, and that everything is brightened up as if, like saturation is notched up a little bit for everything.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like there's so much more color for us to
Yeah.
experience in that world. Yeah, it's like that. It's amazing how our manifestation has dulled everything. Like whenever I do any artwork, I've got to make sure it's so super, super colorful because I love it, but because I feel like that's more real. So thank you for saying that. Continue.
Yeah, that's it. It's just like in storybooks when we hear about wonderland and fairies and fairy tale, but I feel that is our reality, and as we wake up we are going to see that. We
Yeah.
are in that, like you have a page called Love Wonderland where you show the
Love
beauty of our
Wonderland.
existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you show the beauty of our world, and I love it so much because that's like that is what we are seeing now, but we are going to see it so much more sparkling, and I love that. Just
Yeah.
ready for it, getting ready for it.
Mm. Yeah, it's just you're doing exactly everything, that's bringing us home, like, but the thing is to remember in those moments when we're feeling home, we are home. It's home in that. It's home in that consciousness of love. So anything else you'd like to share, Nisha? Thank you. That's so beautiful.
I just this whole topic of self-worthiness, and it as you were sharing so many different layers of it and so many different facets of understanding that I feel like in our fallen consciousness, self-worthiness is about love me, like from a selfish kind of perspective. But in reality, self-worth is giving love, allowing yourself to love.
Wow, exactly. Exactly.
And that is like that is the best thing you can do, just love, and then
Yeah.
that touches me so much because I knew in my heart as a kid that that is reality, that is true, but now I can actually live it because I know that feeling now. So thank you for your guidance. And it's like, yeah, worthiness is not about, it is about I, but it is about all. It's like,
Well, the I is all.
yeah.
It's as simple as that. The I, there is no I and separateness. The real I is all of us anyway. And exactly what you just said, once you feel worthiness, all you want to do is love anyway. Because you do feel love, you understand, you see, and that's why I want to share a lot about that worthiness is seeing us all as one. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
thank you so much, Nish. That's so beautiful. I love it. Anything else?
That's all, like that like so, like it's like it is opening me, like physically I feel that shivers and goosebumps in myself. It's like all I have to do is love, and that's it. How simple.
Exactly. And I've always loved simplicity. I've always found complication boring. And so I always wanted to have my understanding, but simplify it. But when I simplify it, it awakens so much more recognition and aspects of it, that because I'm awakening to higher intelligence, and which isn't complicated. Our intelligence is not complicated. It's only our fallen perception that wants to make everything complicated. So thank you for saying that, Nisha. And I just want to say thank you so much, all of you, for today. This has been very, very beautiful to my soul and extremely touching. And I just love you all so much. And I really, really enjoyed sharing this with you. But I particularly enjoy seeing you blossoming, and the glow and the beauty that comes. It's like I feel like when we're doing this and I look at you and I think this is the most beautiful people I've ever seen. But I know why I'm seeing that, and I know why I'm saying that because the beauty of your beautiful soul is just awakening and sparkling. Someone said that, sparkling. I feel like everything's sparkling, and we've always wanted that. We've always wanted that, and keep wanting it, and keep allowing it, and keep doing everything that you're understanding and remembering. I love you so much. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Yeah.
Love you so much.
Love you so much. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
It has been amazing. All of us.
Absolutely.
Love you.
Absolutely profound. And thank you for all the love that you shared with me. That is beyond words. Beautiful. Great. I'm so grateful. I just love you so much. And what I really love even when I'm about to have to end this in a minute, and I don't even want to because I just want to do this all the time, we can and we will. We'll keep doing this. We'll do it on that soul level, okay? And we'll keep doing that, keep connecting with each other on that level, all of us, you guys here and the one soul. But I'm always here loving you. If you hear anything else from me and you think anything else coming from me, that's not real. It's my love that you will only get from me. And remember that and allow that and decide that for yourself too. That's all that you want to give and allow. And yes, of course, there's things to overcome and all those layers, but still remember the love that you are and do that. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you in that beautiful higher way of acknowledging the strength that you have. Yeah. So love you guys. I'll finish now. Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you so much.
Thank you so much.
Love you.
Love you.
Always
Love you
together.
so.
Always together. Thank you.
You.
Love you. Always in our hearts.
Thank you.
Talk on from there. From here to there. Thank you. Love you.
Love you.
Love you. Love you guys.
Love you
Love you,
Yeah.
everyone.
Love you.
so much.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. Thank you. Bye.